For many couples, having a child is a miraculous and a beautiful journey, and birth defects are likely to cause a lot of anxiety and worry, and in some communities it is associated with stigma. But this story is a journey of hope and change dedicated to children born and living with cleft lip and palate. My name is Saada Hassan. Worldwide, it is estimated that in every 3 minutes a child with cleft lip or palate is born. In Kenya, the statistics are grim, but on average for every 500 to 700 births, one child is born with a cleft lip or palate. This means having a split on the upper lip or at the roof of the mouth. On 18th August, we began a journey to Kawangware in Nairobi County to meet Nyang Tet, a 15-year-old boy who has lived with a bilateral cleft lip all his life. This has denied him certain important opportunities in life. Our host, Matthew Pock, is his cousin and guardian. He welcomes us at their home. Nyang ran away from South Sudan with his family when war broke out, and since then he has been living in Kakuma refugee camp until recently when he joined his cousin to seek medical attention. He has never stepped into a classroom due to his condition. He only speaks Dinka and shies away from communication because the cleft prevents proper speech.
The condition he was in, it is for the last 15 years. And it is a challenge. And the reason he was not going through the medication, where we come from in South Sudan, this thing it is rarely. So to get a doctor to deal with this condition.
Apart from physical challenges like speech, the emotional trauma that comes with living with a bilateral cleft lip is an untold tale.
My cousin has faced a lot of conditions, like when he was trying to play with friends, sometimes he may feel that he was being abandoned. So some of his friends even can ask him, what is happening, what is wrong with you? So he may feel that because whenever he just went to other people, he just go and see himself as a different person with other people.
Despite not going to school, Pok tells me that Nyang has a dream of going to school someday.
He went to his school, you see, sometimes having that kind of problem when he doesn't talk. So with the family, so we are the one understanding him. So with other people, it is very hard for him to talk because he's having that kind of condition that whereby whenever he's talking, he could not even produce a good sound whereby that could be understood by other people.
In every culture, their unique beliefs shapes their way of life. Among some communities in South Sudan, having a cleft lip or palate has a meaning.
So in our community, we normally believe that whenever it happen from your family, maybe your grandfather or your dad has happened to kill an elephant once. So we normally believe that it will happen from your community, this kind of condition. Well, because we can't say it is a bad sign because you have to accept the culture. So people believe that culture is a way of life. So in other way, it is a culture, and we have to accept it as a culture.
His quest to get his cousin treatment has not been easy. He has knocked on several doors but was turned down due to the financial costs that come with the corrective surgery until he was referred to Gertrude's Children's Hospital.
When I reached to the Gertrude Hospital, I got one of the doctor. So I talked to him. Then the doctor told me, now I have to talk with one of the NGOs, one of the organization who deal with this kind of condition. So it is one of the doctors from within the hospital who directed me.
Through a partnership between Smile Train Africa and Gertrude's Children's Hospital, young Tet was taken in as a patient and booked for corrective surgery. This marked the first step of his transformation journey. We accompany him to the hospital as he gets admitted in preparation for the life-changing surgery early the next day. The following day at 7 a.m., we are at Gertrude's Children's Hospital in Muthaiga. It is already a beehive of activities, one of them being preparation for young Tet's surgery. After bidding goodbye to his cousin, young Tet is shown the way to the theatre, where for the next 45 minutes, his life as he knew it will be no more.
Prep with him.
Once in the operating room table, he lays still as anesthesia is administered to sedate him before the surgery by Dr. Tom Osundwa and Dr. Wanjiru, who are leading the medical team. So it's about 5 minutes into the surgery, and this is a transformational journey for young Tet. The doctors are optimistic, and I am hopeful that after this surgery, young Tet will be able to smile again, just like any other child, and he will never feel the need to be insecure. Time is ticking and blades are moving, all with an aim of restoring the normal lip structure and closing the gap at the center. This surgery is just but one process. A lot more like speech therapy will be done, among others, to give Nyang a second shot at life. Everyone is keen, from the runner nurse to the anesthetist to the surgeons, to ensure that nothing goes wrong. As the surgery goes on, we catch up with Pork just to get a feel of what is going through his mind since they were admitted at the hospital the previous night. I am curious to also find out what was going through young Tet's mind throughout the night and before going into the surgery. After 2 hours, we head back to the theatre, and the surgeons are almost done with the day's business, and the transformation is obvious. Nyang is then transferred to the recovery room. And when Pork now meets young Ted for the first time after the surgery, he is speechless. Go away. As we let him simmer the emotions, we catch up with Dr. Tom Osundwa to understand more about this procedure and what cleft lip is.
The procedure we've done is called bilateral lip repair. That's the primary repair. And what we have also done is to repair the front part of the palate so that the lip and palate have been repaired together. And we are happy that we have attained the results we have attained. And hopefully now we let him heal. He should be able to heal, and with the medications we've given him and the follow-up, he should be able to integrate back into the society. Fortunately, his speech is okay, his intellect is okay, and so he's now going to catch up in school, which I think he'll be able to do very well.
Dr. Osundwa says that on average, performing a cleft lip and palate surgery can be costly if a patient is to pay out of pocket. It could cost almost $500,000, an amount that most Kenyans cannot afford.
Every week we do like 3 cases every week. I've done this for over 18 years, I think approaching 19. On Thursdays, every Thursday we do 3 cases. We do combined lips and palate surgery.
What is the recovery rate?
Oh, they recover very well. And a good number of the patients we saw when they were young now are in colleges. Some even finished college. So the recovery is good and they get integrated well into society. And the program we have here with Smile Train and Gertrude's is a good program because we follow the children through their development, through teenage and until they become adults.
There are no definite causes of cleft lip and palate in children, but genetics and environmental factors can contribute to these birth defects.
There are environmental factors and there are genetic factors. The genetic factors are the ones one can inherit, but it comes as a result of a mixture. Sometimes, even if cleft is in a family, children will be born without clefting. So it's not only genetic, but environmental. Some of the environmental factors are like lack of good supplementation for the mother during pregnancy, like vitamin supplementation, folic acid, iron, zinc, and many other elements. If they are not well supplemented in pregnancy, they can predispose. Maternal use of alcohol consumption during pregnancy and the period preceding, use of cigarettes, maternal cigarettes, smoking, certain drugs, especially drugs that are used for malaria, some of the drugs that are used to treat epilepsy, some of the drugs that are used in severe cases in allergic reactions can be related to cleft lip and palate formation.
So sometimes children they experience stigma and a lot of feelings of not being part of the society. As a doctor, what do you recommend to these children?
I think the important thing is education for the society in general, because this has happened over the years in many societies, even the civilized societies. Like if you look at Europe, children with cleft used to be thrown in the Thames River. So the society needs to be educated. Once the society is educated, the family, immediate family, are educated, and then the parents are also educated, so that they allow this child to lead a normal life.
Nyang Tet is now in the ward recovering, and he admires himself for the first time. 3 weeks later, we head back to Kawangware to check on Nyang Tet's progress after the surgery.
There is a lot of change since I left the hospital. I now feel better.
So the time the boy was being out from the hospital, so I think there's some change. So the boy is changing, but actually he's doing better. So as I talk to him, he's really feeling well. He's okay.
He says that some people are yet to believe his new look, and he has to keep sending photos to some relatives back in South Sudan and to those in Kakuma.
There were some people who are having this kind of condition, so I can tell them that there's a change. There's a place that can at least change them to be better, so that they can be a better people. So that's hope. So I can tell them that we are hoping things will be better.
His eating has been progressive from soft foods after the surgery, and now he is able to eat hard foods. Nyang Tet will be joining school in the next academic calendar. For every hardship, there is a silver lining. For Tet Nyang, this has been a transformational journey, and now he can afford to smile and dream big. Saad Hassan for KTN News in Kawangware.